The man bent his arm backward, and a razor-sharp blade popped right out. The same kind of blades were mounted on his wrists, knees, and even his heels. And he did all this just to become the world's #1 assassin. This guy was Daru, the red-haired one of the 5 deadliest convicts. Right now he was disguised as a hot female cop, appearing right behind Oliva, who at that moment was watching the news about Daru being on the loose. Then Daru ripped off his wig and dropped a little surprise. Oliva turned and was about to offer him some coffee, but with a casual shove from Daru, Oliva got coffee splashed right in his eyes. Daru seized the moment and lunged with a vicious elbow blade, aiming straight for a vital spot. But thankfully Oliva's reflexes were insane, and he pulled back just in time. But the hidden blade inside Daru's elbow still carved a massive gash across Oliva's pretty face. In Daru's eyes, he was a free man just as unmatched as Oliva. But facing all that provocation, Oliva wasn't angry at all. Instead, he turned around and locked the door. For Oliva, this was perfect. Daru just delivered himself on a silver platter. He could not have asked for more. Now he couldn't hold back his thirst for battle any longer. Oliva tensed every muscle in his arm until they bulged. But just as he was about to launch an attack on Daru, his dead grandma suddenly appeared before his eyes. And then he lost consciousness and collapsed face first. Turns out this scumbag Daru had no honor at all. He had smeared a ton of poison on his elbow blade, while Oliva was paralyzed and helpless. Daru landed a brutal kick square into Oliva's face. Blood splattered everywhere. Oliva knelt on the ground clutching his gushing face, but funnily enough that forced all the poisoned blood right out of him. Seeing this, Daru launched forward and smashed another heavy punch right into Oliva's face. The insane force sent Oliva coughing up a fountain of blood, flat on the ground. And just as Daru thought the fight was already over, Oliva suddenly grabbed him by the ankle and hoisted this 300-pound beast into the air like a tiny chick. Then Oliva leaped high up and slammed Daru viciously into the floor. Taking such a devastating hit, Daru lay there completely motionless. Then Oliva grabbed Daru by the collar and lifted him up. But what he didn't expect was this absolute psychopath had lined his collar with blades too. While Oliva froze for a split second, Daru burst forward and drove a dagger deep into Oliva's stomach. Oliva was genuinely stunned. He could not believe his rock-solid abs, which were harder than steel, got pierced by a tiny dagger. But Daru's assault didn't stop there. 3 more brutal kicks drove the dagger even deeper. Now Oliva was completely wrecked. At the same time, the police chief and the martial arts master arrived right outside the door. But the moment they pushed the door open, all they saw in that blood-soaked room was Oliva alone, standing there holding a dagger in his hand. When the chief questioned him, Oliva didn't mention Daru's visit at all, because he wanted to catch Daru himself and settle their brand new personal feud. Right then, Oliva noticed the little old man standing next to the chief.